आपको देश के खिलाफ इस पाप के लिए देश की जनता से माफी मांगनी ही होगी।
आपसे माफी मांगने की बात कर रहे हैं, सब लोग कह रहे हैं माफी मांगो।
खुद ही वो पहले से एंटी नेशनल है और कोई माफी मांगने का सवाल नहीं है। हम जमकर उत्तर इसमें पार्लियामेंट में देंगे। राहुल गांधी जी को अगर मौका मिला जरूर सारी बातें वहां पर बताएंगे।
You're watching News Epicenter with me, Maria Shakil. It has been 5 days of a complete washout in Parliament. There has been no movement on the legislative agenda as the battle lines have been drawn on the floor of the House over Rahul Gandhi's remarks in the United Kingdom, where he claimed that Indian democracy was being threatened by the BJP, accusing the Modi government of capturing all democratic institutions to maintain its hold on power. After days of protests and ruckus, both the Houses of Parliament were adjourned for the week and will reconvene on Monday. The BJP continues to demand an apology from Rahul Gandhi, but the Congress MP has made it clear he will not say sorry. In fact, Rahul Gandhi has renewed his offensive against the BJP, rallying the opposition for a JPC probe into the Adani matter. Rahul Gandhi has accused the BJP of being spooked by his words, while the BJP has made its Maafi Mango campaign a national one on the road to 2024. In fact, BJP chief JP Nadda raised the demand once again in poll-bound Karnataka while addressing a rally in Chitradurga. After 5 days, is it clear now that the parliamentary agenda is on the back burner? Is the political war the main agenda ahead of the crucial elections both inside and outside Parliament? As the BJP plays on the front foot with its nationalism card, has Congress miscalculated the public resonance of the Adani matter? Is the opposition unity we are seeing in Parliament just a matter of optics? We will pose all those questions to our guests, but first, a piece of breaking news that is coming in. As he held a meeting with West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee, Samajwadi Party Chief Akhilesh Yadav sends a message to the Congress, says his stand is to maintain distance from the Congress to defeat the BJP. Kamalika Sen Gupta is joining us live. Kamalika, so another axis perhaps emerging, and this one has Akhilesh Yadav and Mamata Banerjee, both of them training their guns on the Congress, besides the one that we are seeing happen between BRS and Aam Aadmi Party targeting the Congress?
Yeah, absolutely. This seems to be another axis. Now, what do we name it? Is it third front or a third block? Something like this is obviously cooking up as Akhilesh Yadav meets today Mamata Banerjee. More than 1 hour they meet with each other. And what we are getting it from the sources that a common minimum united effort, that's what they have discussed on. And they have discussed on the high-handed nature of central agency and all those things. But both of them has agreed to this, and we have Sudip Bandyopadhyay of TMC who said it on record that Congress cannot act as a big boss or a big brother. So all the regional parties, whoever is powerful in whichever state, they will fight and they will support each other, and then after 2024, who will be the actual leader, that will come out. But Congress may be in that front, but they cannot be the big boss. Now, equal distance between BJP and Congress, which are the parties that are keeping this distance? TMC, AAP, Samajwadi Party, Akhilesh Yadav spoke to RJD. Mamata Banerjee next week is going to meet Naveen Patnaik, and they will be targeting those disgruntled NDA allies. That's what Sudip Bandyopadhyay said today. So is there another third block coming up which is going to put their guns on BJP as well as Congress? Now, how that is
third block or the fourth block or perhaps no block? Kamalika, really appreciate your time. Let me bring in my guests at this hour. Sanju Verma, BJP National Spokesperson. We have Shravati Palwai, who is a Congress spokesperson. Sanjay Jha, former Congress leader and political analyst. We also have Anurag Badoria, Samajwadi Party leader, and Abhijit Iyer Mitra, senior fellow, Institute of Peace and Conflict Studies. Sanju Verma, how and when will the parliament function?
Maria, let's be very honest that the two wheels of parliament need to be well oiled. And one is the ruling party in power, the BJP in this case, and of course the opposition. Now, unfortunately, driven by their visceral hatred for Narendra Modi, the only time I see the opposition coming together is when they have to sloganeer saying Modi Adani bhai bhai, Modi hatao, desh bachao. It would have been juvenile had it not been so funny, because the opposition fails to realize that without a common minimum program, without an ideology, without giving something to the Janta by way of deliverables, simply saying Narendra Modi ko hatao, Amit Shah ko hatao, JP Nadda ko hatao, this is not going to stick with the Aam Janta, because they are far smarter than that. Coming to the fact that the BJP is demanding an apology, and I see, I've been on zillions of debates in the last 1 week or so on this particular issue, and I just have this to say. Congress spokespersons are coming on television channels and saying, Arey, Rahul Gandhi simply said democracy is a public good, and if democracy is weakened in India, it will be weakened elsewhere on the planet. Fine. So far, so good. But let me tell the Congressies not to have selective amnesia and not to quote conveniently from Rahul Gandhi. He's on record saying, why are the US and the European Union so oblivious to the fact that a large chunk of democracy has come undone
all this is
India?
fine. All this is fine. The question is that how will he apologize if he is not allowed to speak in Parliament?
Let me be very clear. Maria, you are such a seasoned journalist. Forget question hour. We all know that burning issues are taken up during question hour, but they have to be listed at least 24 to 48 hours in advance, as per Rule 32, Rule 376 and 377 of the procedures of Lok Sabha. I want to ask the opposition, each time the government, be it inflation, be it demonetization, be it jobs, be it Pegasus, be it Ram Mandir, be it Rafale, if you notice, there is a pattern. They say that we want to apologize, we want to have a constructive discussion, but the moment the treasury benches start speaking, I remember 48 hours back, Piyush Goyal was saying, let me first complete, we'll give you the opportunity to respond. Okay. I recall Jagdeep Dhankar with folded hands telling the opposition benches to calm down.
Chaliye, Shravanti Palwai, I want to understand, is the Congress again miscalculating the resonance or how will the Adani matter really be relevant to the voters? We saw what happened in the context of Rafale. Are you again getting onto an issue which will not yield any result for you? Because as far as the political capital of this government is concerned, it's very high. As far as personal, capital of Prime Minister Modi is concerned, that continues to be high.
The first question that arises here is, isn't the onus on the government to first clarify when there is an allegation made against it? And Modi-Adani issue is not something, the Adani issue the nexus has been exposed. Now today we have a Hindenburg report that spoke about what all happened. So what is wrong in demanding? If the government has nothing to hide, why not going for a JPC? This is a clear delay tactic. This is a clear avoidance, but nothing more than that.
My question is, if Rahul Gandhi feels that his statements are being misconstrued by the opposition, which is the BJP here, then what is stopping him from apologizing? It can be the same argument here.
What is it? Exactly. You just want to accuse someone and then just say.
But didn't he actually say that he wanted intervention of... No. He actually said that he wanted the intervention of US. Excuse me.
If given an opportunity, he would like to clarify himself. Okay. And I guess, that is a basic right that anyone would have. You just can't
May I
accuse someone and then run away and not allow him to speak in the parliament. It does not happen. He's a member of the parliament.
The point is, okay, the onus, we have seen that. We have seen that play out. You have to run the parliament because it's your legislative agenda which is stuck. My question then is, Sanju Verma, what is stopping you from ordering a JPC? You have been saying that the exposure to LIC and the banks are at an all-time low. That is below 1%. Then why are you worried about it?
Maria, let me be very clear. First and foremost, I take strong objection to the Congress panelists' reckless and wild allegation. She said that the nexus between Prime Minister Modi and Adani is already established. I drag you to the courts if you stop, if you don't stop making these kind of wild allegations without any substance. Let me just tell you one thing. I will respond to your question, but when you say that we have a nexus with Adani, just answer two questions. Adani Group is spending 60,000 crore by way of a thermal and solar power project in Rajasthan. Adani has been given blanket permission to mine coal from the Chhattisgarh forest, and I hope you know that both in Rajasthan and in Chhattisgarh, you have a Congress government in power. That means when Adani invests in Congress-ruled states like Rajasthan and Chhattisgarh, you will clap and say, "Sab changa si." But when Adani invests in non-Congress-ruled states, you smell a rat and you say JPC chahiye. Get rid of your hypocrisy. And let me tell you,
we have nothing to hide when the Congress, even when the Congress.
We will decide. We will decide if we want a JPC or not. You are in the opposition. You are in the opposition. Power में आओ, सत्ता में आओ, बाद में JPC का ज्ञान देना.
चलिए
सत्ता में आओ.
समाजवादी पार्टी क्या चाहती है? क्योंकि TMC has broken ranks, has said whatever is being discussed and demanded by the Congress, they are not standing with it. Anurag Bhadoria, Akhilesh Yadav meets Mamata Banerjee. He is not concerned about what's happening in Parliament.
मुझे लगता है कि जो भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार है, ये संवाद विरोधी सरकार है. ये संवाद ही नहीं चाहती है. पार्लियामेंट के अंदर में, पार्लियामेंट लोकतंत्र में पार्लियामेंट चलाने की जिम्मेदारी सरकार की होती है, सत्ता पक्ष की होती है. पहली बार हिंदुस्तान के पार्लियामेंट में देखा जा रहा है कि सत्ता पक्ष विरोध कर रहा है पार्लियामेंट चलने का, वो हंगामा काट रहा है. अरे ये काम तो विपक्ष का होता है. विपक्ष अपनी मांग मांगता है जनता की.
अनुराग जी, मेरा सवाल है कि अखिलेश यादव कोलकाता जाकर के उन्होंने ये क्यों बयान दिया कि उनका भी टारगेट कांग्रेस पार्टी है? क्योंकि आप लोग रियलाइज कर रहे हैं जो ममता बनर्जी बोलती रही हैं, जिस तरह से वो बीजेपी को से लड़ रही हैं, उस तरह से अखिलेश यादव लड़ रहे. कांग्रेस का क्या इसमें काम है? ये तो 1-to-1 लड़ाई हो गई है यूपी और बंगाल में.
नहीं, यूपी और बंगाल की लड़ाई नहीं है. सवाल ये है कि जो कांग्रेस की बात, जो कांग्रेस और भारतीय जनता पार्टी दोनों एक जैसे ही है. देखो, भारतीय जनता पार्टी भी जनता की बात नहीं कर रही है, वो कांग्रेस की बात करती है, और कांग्रेस भारतीय जनता पार्टी की बात करती है. ना भारतीय जनता पार्टी हिंदुस्तान है, ना कांग्रेस हिंदुस्तान है. हिंदुस्तान अगर कोई है तो हिंदुस्तान की जनता है. उस जनता के मुद्दों की चर्चा कौन करेगा? मैं पूछना चाहता हूँ. बेरोजगारी, महिला समस्या, किसान, शिक्षा, स्वास्थ्य पे कब चर्चा होगी? ये तो भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार की
बीजेपी. Then you are saying that you are not standing with the Congress on the issue of JPC, right?
नहीं, जेपीसी होनी चाहिए. हम जनता के साथ हैं. मैंने आपसे क्या बोला? हमारे मतभेद हो सकते हैं किसी भी
लेकिन संवाद के अगेंस्ट में भाजपा है, और संवाद जो भाजपा नहीं चाहती है, संजू वर्मा, आप चलिए जेपीसी नहीं चाहती हैं. What is stopping from the government from beginning a debate on inflation? That's a public issue, and Samajwadi Party and the TMC wants that to be raised.
May I now please? I didn't heckle Anurag. Maria, I didn't heckle anybody. Anurag Bhadoria, मैंने आपको बीच में टोका नहीं है. Okay, let him continue. Then I will come in.
चलिए, भारतीय जनता पार्टी पार्लियामेंट नहीं चलने दे रही है, क्योंकि भारतीय जनता पार्टी चाहती नहीं है कि पार्लियामेंट के अंदर में जनता के मुद्दों पे बात हो. क्योंकि सुनिए, आप विपक्ष को भी उसी जनता ने चुना है.
हाँ, ठीक है, चलिए विपक्ष ने, लेकिन विपक्ष एक साथ थोड़ी ना कोई मुद्दा उठा रही है. चलिए बोलिए संजू वर्मा, जल्दी बोलिए. Then I bring in others. Yes.
Okay. इनको चुप करवाइए. मैंने इनको नहीं टोका.
हाँ, चलिए बोलिए संजू.
हाँ, thank you, Maria. Maria, let me be very clear. If you look at the past track record of the opposition, enough is never enough. Should I take you back to 2019? During the peak of Rafale controversy, what did Rahul Gandhi say? We want a CAG probe. and the CAG said a standalone Rafale deal negotiated by the Modi government is 9% cheaper. Again, you got this man. You either ask him to stop or don't get me on your debate. चलिए शुरू हो जाइए. Maria Shakil, either you moderate the debate or don't call me on your debate.
अनुराग जी, आपने अपना बात बोल दिया. चलिए आपने अपनी बात रख दी. चलिए अब संजू वर्मा की बात सुन लीजिए. चलिए संजू वर्मा की बात.
Let me finish. Let me finish. I was saying something. Please don't get him when I'm talking. I did not heckle him. Thank you. During the Rafale controversy, I repeat, the demand by the opposition, particularly the likes of Rahul Gandhi, was we want a CAG probe. And the CAG probe clearly said that a standalone Rafale deal is 9% cheaper, as in a vanilla one negotiated by the Modi government, and the consolidated deal is about 3% cheaper. But the opposition was not satisfied. The matter was taken right till the Supreme Court.
Yes.
Supreme Court said there was no commercial advantage that was accrued to the Modi government. Despite that, Rahul Gandhi went around saying Chaukidar chor hai. Finally, Meenakshi Lekhi had to file a contempt of court petition. यहाँ बैठकर आप भाषण मत दीजिए. पहले आतिक अहमद जैसे आतंकवादी को जो आपकी पार्टी से फूलपुर से सांसद बने थे ना, उनके बारे में थोड़ा भाषण दीजिए.
Okay, Sanjay Jha and Abhijit Iyer Mitra now. Sanjay Jha, it's becoming increasingly clear that there is a visible disconnect between issues that are important for the people of the country, the voters, and what is being raised by opposition, and in this case the Congress. Rafale did not have any resonance whatsoever in the 2019 elections. It did not, the Congress did try to make it an issue, but that was not an issue on which people voted, the voters voted. Similarly, the Pegasus issue was a non-issue, and now this another issue being raised repeatedly.
Maria, if you think that the Adani issue is not a public issue, then I think we are all living in a fool's paradise. Here is the man whose proximity to Narendra Modi is legendary. He becomes the second richest man, gathers 85% of his wealth in the last 3 years. And you're telling me this is not a public issue. His wealth has been wiped off in a market bloodbath. The market, which consists of foreign and domestic investors, have given a message that they believe the Hindenburg research. They don't believe the Narendra Modi government. And you're saying it's not a public issue. I think the opposition has scared the BJP. Rahul Gandhi today has frightened Mr. Modi and the BJP. And trust me, if the BJP has any wisdom, they will know no political party keeps winning all the time. These things change. It's the way politics plays out.
Okay, then in that case, no, Sanjay Jha, because electoral victories are the biggest validation for any policy of a government or policy proposal of an opposition party. Exactly. That's what I understand as far as a political journalist.
Yeah, exactly. And as a student of political history, now let me tell you what even I understand. You have at the moment an autocratic, democratically elected dictatorship.
This man talks gibberish.
Can I speak without an interruption? I didn't interrupt anybody. Listen, if I don't have a civilized conversation,
please go ahead, Mr. Jha. Yes.
Yeah. So my point is very straightforward. Why is the BJP so paranoid and scared and rattled?
Nobody's paranoid.
By Rahul Gandhi, that he questions Mr. Modi and Adani. He did that correctly in the press conference yesterday. He called the bluff out. That the reason why they are talking about Rahul Gandhi in London making apparently anti-national comments is just
I'll bring in Abhijit now. Abhijit.
Now, 1 minute, one last line.
Okay.
One last line. You will get to know what the public feels. Part has been spoken in Himachal, and a lot of it will be spoken in Karnataka very soon.
Okay.
I think Mr. Modi has got
And how should we be reading the recently concluded northeastern elections, Abhijit?
We will see what happens in Karnataka in a few weeks.
Okay, no, I'm sure, you have better understanding of what's happening on the ground. But how should we be reading the elections in northeast, Abhijit?
Maria, this is the thing. What Narasimha Rao did was he created the Indian middle class. And sadly, the Congress has ceased to represent that middle class. The BJP is the voice of that middle class. It is the voice of that emergent India that came about in the 1990s. So what you have on one hand is this aspirational sort of crowd, which the BJP represents. On the other, you have the Congress. You see, the Congress was second in intellect only to the CPI, or self-proclaimed intellect, whatever you want to call it. But where is the CPI today? They've sort of theorized and abstracted themselves into political irrelevance. And that is what, the Congress is doing. You can have all these refined conversations about whatever, but you go from 44 to 52. I mean, is a double-digit count really a respectable count in Parliament for a party that never saw below 3 digits? Second, look at this specifically. Since we're talking about Adani, it's a question of priorities. We can be quite clear the BJP clearly does not want to discuss Adani in Parliament.
Yes.
Now, Rahul should have been somewhat tactically more circumspect and not gone and shot his mouth off, giving the BJP some kind of angle to prevent that conversation. He did not. He's literally given the weapon to the BJP. Now, assume Rahul's first priority is to talk about Adani. He needs to talk about Adani because he needs to take the focus away from his remarks. The problem is, how do you get to talk about Adani? It's very simple. You apologize. Even if it's a misunderstanding, even if, all of us are wrong, and the Congress is absolutely 100% right on this, the way to turn the focus back on the BJP is to apologize and then move on to the Adani debate.
Okay, then why isn't then? Yeah. Then, Ms. Palwai, the point here is that if the Adani JPC is your primary issue, then apologize and move on. Bring the focus back on JPC.
Why would someone apologize for nothing that was spoken wrong? Why would he? Well, just to give you more ammunition that tomorrow, for you to say that Rahul Gandhi apologized and because he apologized because the BJP demanded. Well, is there any cause or reason for him to apologize?
Okay, so if Rahul Gandhi thinks that he has not said anything wrong,
why is he not
in seeking the foreign intervention, ma'am? Then how do you put the focus back on JPC and Adani issue?
Please give him a chance to speak, explain his comments, and then you can finally convict him. It is
but there's no conviction here for speaking.
Here you malign him and then you convict him and he has no chance.
Anurag Bhadoria, quickly, 30 seconds to you and then the final word to Sanju Verma. Please, quickly, go ahead. Anurag Bhadoria.
मुझे लगता है कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी मुद्दों से ध्यान भटका रही है, पार्लियामेंट चलने नहीं दे रही है और जानबूझ के नहीं चलने दे रही है, क्योंकि वो चाहती नहीं है कि देश की जनता की बात पार्लियामेंट के अंदर हो। वो कभी कांग्रेस डालती है, कांग्रेस बीजेपी भी डालती है, दोनों एक दूसरे के साथ फुटबॉल खेल रहे हैं और जनता इंतजार करती रहती है कि कब पार्लियामेंट के अंदर में मेरी बात होगी। जनता की बात नहीं कर, इसलिए कह रहे हैं संवाद विरोधी सरकार है ये।
संवाद विरोधी अगर भाजपा सरकार है तो फिर कांग्रेस का क्या रोल है इसमें?
नहीं, मैं बोल तो रहा हूँ, भारतीय जनता पार्टी संवाद विरोधी है, अपने मन की तो बात करती है, लेकिन जनता की मन की बात ना करती है ना सुनना चाहती है। अगर जनता की मन की बात सुनना चाहती है और उस पर बात करना चाहती है तो सदन चलना चाहिए, क्योंकि सदन नहीं चलने देना ये भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सत्ता की जिम्मेदारी होती है, लेकिन ये अपनी जिम्मेदारी से भाग रहे हैं। सबसे बड़ी बात है।
So you are saying that the Congress is the B team of the BJP now, according to Samajwadi Party?
नहीं, मैंने ऐसा नहीं बोला। नहीं, मैंने ऐसा नहीं बोला। ये भारतीय जनता पार्टी की जिम्मेदारी है सत्ता चलाना, संसद चलाना। बस संसद नहीं चल रही है, इसकी पूरी जिम्मेदारी भारतीय जनता पार्टी।
तो चलिए, तो आप लोग फुटबॉल क्यों खेल रहे हैं? कांग्रेस और भाजपा फुटबॉल क्यों खेल रही है? चलिए, संजू वर्मा जवाब दीजिए।
नहीं, संजू वर्मा। अच्छा, अनुराग, आपकी बात सुन ली है। What is this? Nobody heckles him. Why is he non-stop?
No, please go ahead.
Maria, let me just tell you, Sanjay Jha made a comment that, Hindenburg said this and that about Adani. I'm a student of economics and let me tell you, Hindenburg was cheering for Credit Suisse 72 hours back. Today, Credit Suisse has a 55% chance of going bankrupt. It is leading the contagion in Europe. And by the way, Maria, you'll be surprised to know, Hindenburg said that one of the best banks in the US is the First Republic Bank, where Hindenburg had put in 75% of its deposits. And do you know something? First Republic Bank is almost wiped out. So the credibility of Hindenburg is zero. And for Sanjay Jha, coming from a party whose electoral credibility is zero, to cite a report like Hindenburg by a discredited short seller called Nathan Anderson speaks volumes about the fact that WhatsApp University का ज्ञान बीजेपी नहीं, WhatsApp University के ज्ञान के सहारे संजय झा आकर मारिया शकील की डिबेट में बीजेपी को भाषण देते हैं। You should be ashamed. Your party is down to 52 seats.
Okay. No, Sanjay Jha, since you have said that he should be ashamed, let me ask him. Sanjay Jha.
या लेट मी टेल यू, यदि यही सच है, अब भैया हम भी पीएचडी किए हुए हैं इकोनॉमिक्स में, कुछ सिखा देंगे आप लोग को, लेकिन अभी शांत रखिए।
कहाँ से पीएचडी किए हैं जरा बताइए,
जरा सुनिए मैडम,
कहाँ से बताइए, कौन से, नेम योर इंस्टीट्यूशन।
शांति
हम
रखिए,
तो पब्लिक पॉलिसी इकोनॉमिक्स ऑक्सफोर्ड से किए हैं, आप कहाँ से किए हैं?
क्वाइट व्हेन आई स्पीक। तो आजकल जो एक
व्हाट्सएप यूनिवर्सिटी ग्रेजुएट हो आप।
आजकल एक बहुत लोकप्रिय गाना है जो मोदी जी और अदानी जी के बारे में गाया जाता है। आजकल तेरे मेरे प्यार के चर्चे हर जबान पर, सबको मालूम
और
है।
एक बहुत फेमस गाना है, बड़े बेआबरू होकर तेरे कूचे से हम निकले,
ये बात सच,
बहुत मेरे अरमान निकले फिर भी कम निकले। संजय झा, when you talk your party loses 100 votes. Every time you blabber your party loses 100 votes.
आपको देखिए, आपका यहाँ पर चाहे आप जो भी कर रहे हैं,
Adani opened his flagship company when Narasimha Rao of Congress was the Prime Minister. 5 out of 7 publicly listed companies of Adani was set up when Congress was in power.
कहीं बच नहीं सकते हैं आप। You can run, but you cannot hide.
अरे you have lost so many elections, feels थोड़ी तो शर्म करो, थोड़ी
All
शर्म
right,
करो।
Sanjay Verma,
चुनाव
Ms.
हार रहे हो।
Palwai, Sanjay Jha, Abhijit Iyer Mitra, and Anurag Badoria. I appreciate your time. Thank you so much. Shifting focus to the crackdown